Film Junket podcast. I have no idea why I started off the podcast like that, but I did it, and I'm not starting over because I don't do that. Okay, sometimes. I think I did that last week. I don't remember exactly why I hit the, I just said, nope, stop, re-record the opening, but I think I just said something extremely stupid that I was like, wait, what? Yeah, and it's always bad to start off a podcast like that, and but doing beatbox and texo music? I can't even talk, guys. Techno music. Oh, wow. Forgive me. What's happening, guys? Dave the Film Junkie here. Oh. What does it say? I'm blocked. Oh, sorry. What? You're blocked from Heroic Hollywood? Oh, Oracle. Yeah. No, I just retweeted something because Heroic Hollywood actually, they just posted something that said, Gareth Edwards on how Han Solo will be different from Rogue One. And I was like, let me guess. The main characters don't die! That's just a guess. I'm guessing that Han Solo and Chewbacca don't die. Unlike the Rogue One guys. I'm throwing out that little guess there, guys. I don't know if I'm right. I'm just using what I know, a little bit of knowledge. Shit, now I gotta screenshot it for her. I feel bad because I'm, doing this podcast and I'm gonna be doing it for about half hour, 45 minutes. So I'll send it to her. That's all, because she is cool. If it's a she, I don't even know if it's actually she. I think it's a she. It's a she picture. Twitter. Jeez. That's just funny. Blocked from Heroic Hollywood. That's hilarious. When a whole website blocks you. I got blocked from Cosmic Book, guys. Remember Cosmic Book? You know how much shit I give CosmicBookNews.com? Because that shady shit of a writer, that's the only writer, on that site. Matt McGloin, I don't know what his name is. I forgot. But, I always gave him shit because of the clickbaity BS articles that that he would post. Especially, of course, in regards to the DCEU, Batman, and everything. I first gave him shit for the whole, the confirmation. He literally had confirmed Batman production will start filming in spring. You feel like an idiot now? You were shit. And, literally, the first sentence of the fucking article stated, the Batman will begin production in spring. And I was like, where? Okay, you confirm this. Okay, where's your source? Why the hell? And he just said, look at the actual source, man. It says it right there. And then he was all, just let it go, dude. When I was hounding him. I was like, what the hell? Oh, geez, a bunch of people gave him a screenshot. Yeah, so. Yeah, I just thought that was funny because it's just there's one big difference that the Han Solo movie's going to have. I think Han and I think Lando and Chewie are going to survive. It's not going to be a suicide mission. I get it. It's Gareth Edwards is talking about probably other things. I didn't exactly read the entire thing, which I did that mistake of not reading the whole, what he actually had to say. Let's dive into that, because I don't want to be one of those assholes who doesn't actually read the article. I just thought it was funny reading that headline and going, well, yeah, it's not a suicide mission. We know that these characters are actually going to live. Holy shit, Heroic Hollywood, get better hosting. They have a slow-ass website. Let's see. They're amazing filmmakers. I'm very excited about what they do. It'll be a completely different film to what we did. No shit. I think they've got the hardest task. I think. How many times is he going to say I think? Out of all the films that I heard about, the one is probably the greatest challenge, and they're going to knock it out of the park. But I wouldn't have had the balls to do it. They've got a really good taste. You glimpse things. You try not to as you're going to about your business, but you see stuff, and everything I saw, I got really jealous about. So he actually doesn't even say it. Oh! Misleading. All he stated was, it's different from what we did. Really, Heroic Hollywood. I was thinking that he was going to go into detail about certain things. So now, me just reading that headline, I don't feel like that much of a douchebag now, guys. Jesus Christ. Oh. I honestly thought he was like, oh, yeah, well, we had a tone like this, and we did, I thought that he was going to actually talk about, like, something like that. But no, all he does is say completely different from what we did. And it's like, no shit. Okay, Gareth, you're a fucking phenomenal filmmaker. I like your movies, but that was stupid. I'm sorry, that was a stupid quote. And he's actually kind of right. Well, now, do they have the hardest task? I guess so, because I mean, you're talking about Han Solo and Chewie and Lando, characters that we know and love, that we've known and loved for fucking 40 plus years. So now they're trying to do a younger version with different actors. Yeah, they do have a harder task, for sure. Rogue One had a very difficult task too, but oh my god. That fucking, guys, the Vader scene is now, it's on YouTube in high def. I've watched it many times. I got goosebumps right now just thinking about it. That is such a perfectly executed scene. And it was added at the last minute, too. I mean, whoever thought of that, whoever was on the set and just fucking said, hey, guess what, guys? We should just have Vader just fuck up a bunch of rebels. How about that? Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. What the hell am I watching here? I don't even know. There's a dude covered in, like, powdered sugar. On the El Rey Network. El Rey Network. It's great. I love it. He's got long fingernails too. Yeah, dude, that Vader scene. I mean, god damn it. Can we get a spin-off? Can we get a spin-off scene? A spin-off movie with Vader. I mean, why not? Why the hell not? I don't know. Anyways, went off on a tangent there. What's happening? If I sound a little I've already stated this in my videos. Fighting some sickness. I'm feeling okay today for sure. Basically, I have a weird. My body's weird. Weirdly shaped. Basically, I have a pretty good immune system, but when something does try to attack my body, I still, as my body's fighting it, my energy level will just fluctuate. I'll get hot sometimes, then it'll just level out, and then I'll be fine for a bit, and then all of a sudden I'll get, oh shit. I never get it like full on. I'm never just like bedridden, fucking big time fever, stuffy nose, blowing my nose like crazy, and sneezing and coughing. I do have a cough, but it's not like a, when you get that deep cough, I don't get that. Like my body like really fights it off, but as it's fighting it off, my energy just goes like up and down. And, a lot of you guys already probably know this, especially if you follow me on Twitter or something. I was letting you guys know. Because it started on Friday. Friday, I had the most miserable day I've had in a long time. Because, jackass I am, fucking leg day. When you go to the gym and you do legs, okay? Now, I'm no stranger to it. I'm not one of those assholes. I mean, when you go to the gym, it's funny because sometimes you'll see, it's like guys will just work out nothing but upper body, they got like fucking the big shoulders and then these tiny little stick legs, and then girls are the opposite. They work nothing but their legs and butt out, which I'm a total fan of course, but they don't work out their upper body because obviously they think like, that's gross. I don't want fucking muscles and shoulders like that. It's like, you're not gonna get that, okay? Your anatomy, your biology is different. If you lift weights, you're not going to be lifting super, you're not heavy weights. You're just going to lift weights. You're going to have tone. That's about it, I mean, girls actually think that. I know girls that, I'm not saying all girls think that, but I've known girls that will not lift a weight because they think they're just going to turn into fucking like the wrestler China or something. I'm like, no, she was shooting steroids in her ass and she was growing a penis. I saw the sex tape. Disgusting. So, yeah, you're not going to get that, just do that. You're just get some tone. Muscle is better than fat, right? But it's just always funny like that. But anyways, I always work out my legs. And I decided, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to leg press 360 pounds. And I did. I did about 4 or 5 reps. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking just work out hard, I worked out everything hard last week. and holy shit, you know how you're not fully sore the next day, but you're even huge, big time sore the day after, like 2 days from when you worked out? Yeah, that's how I was feeling on Friday, because I did a Wednesday and on Friday. So I wake up, scratchy throat, and feeling kind of hot, and then okay, then hot, then okay. And then my legs are just killing me. I'm walking around like a newborn giraffe. Like I'm just, ugh. So I'm at work, and I'm just miserable because I'm just aching all over. And just trying to I'm drinking antioxidant shit. I'm drinking a bunch of water, coffee, everything to just try to flush anything out of me. I was absolutely miserable, guys. And then I got home and I was like, all right, I could do some videos. I'll just take a nap, do some videos. Nope. Just couldn't quite get there, man. I tried to drink more coffee to get some energy, and it just wasn't happening. So I didn't do any videos on Friday. And then of course, Saturday, Friday, I started watching Iron Fist. Obviously that was on Netflix. A lot of you guys checked it out. I started watching Iron Fist. So yeah, pardon me. That's going to happen every now and then. But see, it's not a cough. I got some rum here to help my throat. It's good. It's good. It's good medicine. That's my medicine. No, yeah. So I put on Iron Fist, and then even the next day, it was like I woke up and I was still feeling kind of shitty. I didn't sleep that well. So I just basically napped and watched Iron Fist. I'm only 7 episodes in. And I'm not going to lie, I'm enjoying it. Am I going to get hounded for that? No. I don't know. I honestly don't see like the big critical fucking shit on that. I'm not totally seeing it, honestly. Like, I'm actually enjoying it. I'm not going to lie, I'm enjoying it more than I enjoyed Luke Cage. I enjoyed Luke Cage, but I'm liking Iron Fist a little bit more. Not as much as Jessica Jones in both Daredevil seasons, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I am. Like, I know it's a slow burn. It's definitely a slow burn. And a lot of people are like, and even critics were saying like, oh yeah, you don't even know what the plot is till about episode 5 or 6. And I'm like, wait, the plot is Danny Rand coming back and trying to get his life back. That's the initial plot, and then there's something else that's happening too with the hand. I don't see how you can miss that. The fight scenes are not up to par to Daredevil, I'll give it that. They do need to up the fight scenes, I guess, a little bit, but when he does some of the actual Iron Fist stuff, it's awesome. And I'm liking Finn Jones, even though he was moronic by saying that whole thing like, I blame Donald Trump for the fucking critics and shit. What? Come on. Seriously, let's get off that. Come on, that's just stupid. But I like him. I like his character. I like the innocence of his character, because when he got lost, he was a kid. He was like 10 years old. And now he's trying to come back and be a businessman and get his like father's business in line, as well as like take on other things. And he's like essentially still has that innocence of a kid. So that's where I'm really liking his character. So, and I'm not saying it's like a perfect fucking show, and it's not up to par to the both Daredevil seasons. But I just don't see the whole big thing about it, the whole big stink about it. I honestly don't. Like I said, I'm enjoying it more than Luke Cage. Luke Cage was really slow at points, So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to finish it, and I'll do a full-on review hopefully this week sometime. But what else did we talk about? Oh, yeah, so yeah, I've been fighting off the sickness. I'm down with the sickness. Oh, wow. I can't even do that right now. I can actually do that pretty good. Disturbed guy. I can actually do that kind of good, but I can't do it right now. My throat's a little scratchy. Yeah, but I'm feeling all right now. Energy levels is pretty much leveling out and everything. But what else are we going to talk about? Well, I caught up with a bunch of videos, more DCU shit. And let me look. I kind of like write some stuff on my little list here, what I'm going to talk about. Just make it... if I can freaking find it. There it is. Yeah, when it comes to DCEU and everything, obviously, same old story, different frickin' day, right? When it comes to the Batman stuff, we had the Joe Manganiello video, which I did a video about too. You know, how his little response to when the lady on Pittsburgh in the Morning or where the heck it was said, "Hey, yeah, you're gonna be playing Deathstroke and Batman." And he was kind of like, "Yeah, maybe we'll see." And it's just like, oh shit, Joe. I mean, it's funny too because you can ask, and I'm not trying to point out like anything here, but I mean, I gotta always back up my stance with everything, of course. But I mean, you got the big time DC fans are just gonna be like, oh jeez, especially when websites are posting about it, they're like, oh my god, fucking clickbait, this, that, and this, and I'm like, well, no, not so much this time, because he didn't respond positively. He didn't. To go, maybe. Shit. Sorry, guys. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. It's not a great response when he's been responding so positively in the past. He's been big time positive about it, even going out and saying like, yeah, we're going to probably start filming in spring, So that's where it was kind of like, shit. When I watched it, I was like, god damn it. I mean, I still think he's going to be Deathstroke. It's going to be fine. And even in my video, I talked about that image of Zack Snyder with the gauntlet on, with the Batman gauntlet on, and he's storyboarding something that has Deathstroke in it, which looks like he's talking to Lex Luthor. And obviously, he's going to be probably in Justice League, a post-credit scene. And I had a little debate with one of my buddies. I think I pissed him off. Sorry, Kyle. But, it happens. I just, with me, you gotta see all of it. I don't like to be biased. I mean, obviously, I lean more with the DC side. I support the DC side a little bit more because I just grew up with it. But I still try to see both sides. And when somebody answers it like that, and then, when you think about it, it's like, okay, yes, Snyder did show that. But that scene could easily be removed, especially if it's a post-credit scene or something. I mean, scenes, even though they're storyboarded, doesn't mean they're going to be filmed, doesn't mean they're going to be in the actual final product. There's always that. And I still think he is, don't worry, but, you can't just be like, oh, yeah, fuck this, these sites are just doing that. And it's like, no, this is actually a quote. This is actually from the source, from the actual dude that's supposed to be playing him. And he didn't give that positive response that we would hope. So I can't just sit there and back it up 100%, being like, nah, it's bullshit. He's going to be okay. He's playing Deathstroke. I can't do that. Because you never know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, I mainly think that, of course, but I can't just sit there and just do that. I got to be unbiased as much as possible. That's all. And I'm not trying to, take sides or anything too much. Obviously, when there is a bias that's against DC and Warner Brothers, it seems. So, of course, I naturally try to fight on that side with a lot of the bullshit that gets thrown out there, all the negative spins. So, so I gotta have that stance. I can't just, I'm like that with a lot of things. I think for myself. I don't just, even when it comes to the politics and shit like that. Some people might not like my stance on certain things. They're like, oh, dude, you're a Trump supporter. I'm like, fuck no. When the hell did I say that? Or, oh, dude, you're a liberal. I'm like, what? I don't even, what? It's just like, hey, I believe in certain things, and I'm not no. Stuff like that. It can be difficult, and it's like that in our little movie community here. I'll rag on both, I will. I really will. But, yeah, and then all of a sudden, people are now spinning J.K. Simmons. He was quoted on saying some stuff earlier in the week, and it was perfectly fine. It was almost a rehash because he stated that, James Gordon, Commissioner Gordon only has a small role in Justice League. And it's like, yeah, we fucking heard that a few months ago. He's already talked about that. But then he said, yeah, I thought the next movie was going to be the Batman, but things are getting shuffled around. And so I don't know which is going to be. It might be Justice League, it might be the Batman, I'm not sure. So now these same websites are going, J.K. Simmons unsure if he's going to play fucking Commissioner Gordon again. And I'm like, good God! That's stupid. I can understand the Magniello one, but now these sites are trying to capitalize on the Magniello video with J.K. Simmons quote that was that was released. The quotes were already being circulated earlier in the week. It's like you see right through that bullshit, and I got to call it out. I really do. But I didn't really call that one out. This is the first time calling it out. But yeah, it's like, oh my God, guys, and he just doesn't know. Nobody knows what movie is next. That's all it is. I mean, it's still going to happen. It's still going to happen. I mean, you don't just hire on Matt Reeves and then just go and then scrap the movie. He just doesn't know which movie he's going to play Gordon in next. But he also was saying, like, yeah, I hope to do the character for a second time, a third time, a fourth time. He's all about the character. So fuck you guys. Fuck you sites and your headlines. Unsure when he's going to play. He's, no matter what, J.K. Simmons is in for the long haul. Long haul. He totally is. I mean, that's what I gathered from that quote. But yeah, it's just, oh man. You know what? I had like I had a fantasy and I jerked off to it. Just kidding. I didn't. I could have though. And yeah, maybe if you guys will think about this too, you'll probably get excited. But what if? I mean, how awesome would it be if at CinemaCon, you know how Ben Affleck's he's rumored, probably not going to happen, to make an appearance. And obviously, and the rumor was he's going to bring some Justice League stuff to get some people hyped about it. But then we got WonderCon, it's not even that, like a week later, a couple days, few days later. And they're supposed to be dropping some shit there too. Most likely we're gonna get that Justice League trailer at the end of this month, beginning of next month. But what if like Affleck just went to CinemaCon for Warner Brothers thing? Oh God. And instead of dropping the Justice League trailer, they could say that for WonderCon. He goes, yeah, I brought some footage. It's not from Justice League. It's test footage. And I just kind of wanted to gauge your guys' response, and here it is. And it's like test footage of Batman and Deathstroke fighting each other. Oh! I need a cigarette. Oh. Could you imagine that? Dude, that'd be the ultimate double middle finger to the movie media. Oh, man. That would just be fantastic. Just to let everybody know that, yeah, it's happening and nothing has changed. Fuck you. It's not going to happen, obviously. I know it's not. But just how awesome would that be? These guys have all the power to go on social media and debunk this shit, and they're doing that. They're doing that a lot, and I love it. I love the fact that they're doing it, that they're just calling out these websites. Go back to Cosmic Book Movie News. Fucking Clay Enos called them out, or called Matt out. That's what I was getting at when I was talking about Cosmic Book. Yeah, because he posted something like, yeah, Clay Enos fires back at fans requesting Justice League trailer. And Clay Enos said, like, shame on you. You're fucking taking me out of context. It's all hyperbole and stuff like that. It was funny. And then, of course, I called him out, too. And he was all, I don't deal with clickbait. I call it as I see it. And I'm all, man, you got to get your eyes checked, brah. Because you called that one wrong a little bit. And then, of course, I gave him shit again because on his YouTube, he just rips trailers and footage and puts it on his YouTube. I'm sorry, but I know there's legit YouTube channels out there that can do that. They've been given permission to put trailers and footage on their YouTube, but Cosmic Book Movie News is not one of them. Okay, not one of them. And not to mention, he's got like over 17,000 subscribers. But if you look at the view counts, most of the videos don't even crack 200. Yeah, so that kind of tells me that he bought some of those subscribers. Yeah. Shady shit, dude. I'm sorry, but I just call out that shit, I just really do. When you're trying to actually do legit content yourself, you're trying, I've made my mistakes in the past. You can go back and see some of my mistakes that I've made. I have, and I've tried to pull some stupid shit as well. But I don't do that anymore. I went from like trying to be like fucking Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler to try to be like at the scene real fast. I want to get the source in the scene. Oh my God, I want to get to just being like, you know what? I just want people to listen to my opinion about something. I don't need to be the first one. Yeah, if something breaks, I'll try to get the video out as soon as possible. But I'm more about like, hey, I want you guys just to listen to what I have to say and hopefully take it in, agree with me, disagree with me, whatever. That's what I want now. That's where I've grown since I've been doing this shit, you know? I mean, I was seriously just like, I was doing shit, and I'm totally disappointed in myself where I was doing shit where, like, if a trailer dropped, I would pre-record that the trailer has dropped, like, the night before, and be like, first thing down below, go check it out on my site, you know? And I'm like, why would I do that? And, you know, I started seeing, like, comments going like, well, this is a clickbait fucking, video. And I'm like, I started going, yeah, it is. Totally is. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just going to post the trailer, and that's it. And then I'm going to do a trailer reaction on the other channel. And that's what I do now. Yeah, you learn, you know, because everybody wants to, you know, have this be their living. And hopefully one day it will be what I do for a living. And ever since I've changed my format and just been like, okay, let's do the green screen thing. I'll be in the videos now, not just doing voiceover, and I'll just do a lot of opinion stuff. Things are great. Like, my views have just gone big time up, you know, and I appreciate you guys watching and listening. It's awesome. So, you know, if you don't have that voice and you're going to start pulling shady shit, like ripping trailers and footage off and put it on your YouTube channel, it's just not the way to do it. And it's just shady shit. And if you're going to, like, spin a headline or an article or something to get people to click on it, you're doing it all for the wrong reasons. I'm sorry. You just are. You just are. Come on. Stop it. Now. Anyways, what else happened? The Matrix. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, man. When they announced that the Matrix reboot was in development at Warner Brothers, everybody was like, oh, why? We all did that. You know, we all snapped to the conclusion that they're just going to redo the whole thing. And, you know, it's obviously that's what human beings do. You see something and you initially react to it, and it's usually a negative reaction. You know, and I did the same thing. I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, wait a minute, but what if, you know, in this day and age where you get an instant response. You put that news out there, bam, 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 bam. All of a sudden you got an instant response. And they did. I mean, if you just check the hashtag of The Matrix, you would see all the gripes. So, obviously, Zach Penn, who's going to be writing this, he was like, whoa, no. Nobody should or could reboot The Matrix. But how about expanding that goddamn universe? And then it's like, yes. I even said that in my video. I was all straight reboot would be just straight up dog shit and stupid. But spin-offs, expanding the universe, spin-offs, prequels, sequels, that would be the way to go. And that's what it looks like it's going to happen. And I even said, what if they, because Michael B. Jordan, is all of a sudden, like, he's being looked at, and I'm going, okay. Well, he's black. Dare I say black? And so is Morpheus. What if he's playing a young Morpheus? That could be interesting, and that's what all of a sudden a lot of sites were saying, and I'm like, yep, see, there you go. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with expanding that universe, because Zach Penn even said about the Animatrix, because the Animatrix, I suggest everybody to see that. It's fucking awesome. It's just little side stories. It has really, there's ties to the core Matrix story with Neo, Morpheus, and Trinity. Sorry. But there's side stories. Like, the opening shows, like, how they got that information to Neo and Morpheus and all them in Matrix Reloaded. You see how they got that, how they get that information, whatever, and, like, they sacrifice their lives to get that. It was almost like Rogue One. Whoa! How about that? It was like Rogue One. That first Animatrix story was almost like Rogue One, how they sacrificed to get this fucking information to the people that needed it. Oh, wow. Didn't even see that parallel. But yeah, there's so much they can do to expand that universe, man. I mean, the only concern I had was, like, if they were gonna do a Tron Legacy thing with Keanu Reeves, like Jeff Bridges, who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do? But I'm excited. Now that we know for sure that it's going to be universe expansion and not an actual reboot, I'm fucking excited for it. Because I love the Matrix trilogy. I know a lot of people gripe about the sequels. And yeah, they have their problems, but overall, I still love that trilogy. One of my favorite trilogies. I mean, the first Matrix is just by far one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. It really is. I mean, and it still holds out, even though the technology is not quite there. It still fucking holds out, though. Watch it right now, still holds out. And I can't wait for more. I really can't wait for more. But yeah, so that's super exciting. We'll see what happens with that. Definitely true. And then, what I also wanted to talk about on here, because I didn't actually shoot a legit review because I just, with fighting the sickness and trying to catch up on videos, I didn't record my review for the Belko Experiment. Yeah, that's the movie I saw this weekend. I mean, I know I wanted to see Beauty and the Beast, guys. I did. And don't think it's like, oh, fucking Disney movie. The fucking chick, she wants to do some bestiality shit. God damn, it's gross. Yeah, well, it is kind of true. I know. I'm just kidding. I wanted to see it. And I still might see it. I don't know. It's just like, when it came, like, I still don't get the early screenings, guys. I'm still trying to figure that part out. And I guess I gotta look into it a lot more. So I always see everything first showing Thursday night at 7. And when I went online, like, I don't know, that Sunday or Monday, I looked at the theater. You have reserved seating. There was like 4 seats available. I'm like, holy shit. And now, of course, it's just, I could, just go by myself and I'll be fine. There's a seat right there. Then I'm going, God, I'm going to be surrounded by a bunch of kids. Okay, now I know I'm just saying, sometimes when you go to a kiddie movie and there's kids around, it's just kind of hard. Like when I saw Jungle Book, there was kids like right down the row from me, and there was a lot of movement, a lot of this, a lot of that. And one of the kids got scared. How about that? I wonder why. Because of the angry looking lion and tigers and shit? Yeah, of course. Anyway, so I was like, no, fuck. And then one of my friends hit me up, and she was asking me if I was going to see Beauty and the Beast, and I was like, I don't know, it's about sold out. I might see the Belko Experiment instead. And she wanted to see that too, so I was like, all right, let's go see that. And of course, those seats were still available, so we went and saw that. And so I was going to give my little review since I didn't review it on there. So my review of the Belko Experiment, overall entertaining movie, and it's a great idea. Definitely a great idea. James Gunn is a deranged motherfucker, but yeah, the payoff just wasn't there for me. It really wasn't. Like, this would not be on the wall, on the favorite movies of 2017 wall that I rate the movies on. It would not be on there just because, like, yeah, it was a good idea, and it had a lot of, like, things that I liked about it, and it was pretty deranged, but it felt like it was holding back. It felt like it should have been more satire and just more over the top, like just that satire kind of just gore, like Quentin Tarantino Kill Bill shit. Or it should have been like more like about the moral, like the values and everything that these people had, because they're put in such a fucking stupid, shitty situation, and you almost have to put yourself in that situation. Like, holy shit, what if this happened? If I got locked into an office building and they said like, hey, you got to kill like half the people, or we're gonna kill more than that. It's like, what do? If you have morals, it's like, okay, and they kind of touch bases on that, but not enough, I don't think. It's almost like it was trying to balance satire as well as that, grounding it in like real life and how people would really react. It's almost like it couldn't decide whether it wanted to be one or the other. And it was trying to be both. And for me, it didn't fully work, in the end. And then even the end, the payoff at the ending was like, first off, it was like, really? That? Okay. Well, like, when it comes to like, who survives, I was going, okay, yeah, that was kind of obvious. And then when you saw like what was actually going on, it was like, okay, oh, and now you're setting it up for a sequel. Oh, I love it when movies do that, when they just think like, oh yeah, we could I don't mind like a little bit setting it up for a sequel, but when they kind of throw it in your face, like they did with Independence Day Resurgence, Jesus Christ. They might as well just looked at the camera and said, we'll see what happens when we go intergalactically in Independence Day 3. Metal up the alien's ass. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. It's just, that was so retarded. My God. Anyways. But they do set it up. I mean, it's not it's not like that. It's not like Independence Day Resurgence, like full on max like that. But they do really set it up, and you kind of go, oh, so I got to really find out what's going on with the sequel, and they might do it because that was a really low budget, and it pretty much made it back in its first weekend. So they're probably gonna do it. I just hope they actually capitalize a little better on it. I don't know. It just seemed like it was missing something. Like more satire-y kind of gore. Like it should have been more of like a Grindhouse movie. And it was like it was trying to be, but then at the same time it was trying to be grounded in reality. And it just, to me, sometimes it just didn't work. So, still entertaining. I still enjoyed it. But it's not one of those movies that I just be like, dude, you gotta see Belko, man. Fuck. It's crazy. You know, so that's just me though. So there you go. That's my little review of it. Now I was gonna answer some of your guys' questions if I can find them. We gotta make like a hashtag. I started doing the hashtag. I think I said Film Junket Podcast. That was the hashtag. So if you guys want to start using that hashtag, so it'd make it a lot easier for me to find your questions. God. Fucking cough, man. All right, here we go. When's the next one? A lot of people are asking me about my shirt. The ha 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 jokes on you Batman shirt. You know, obviously that was spray painted on Robin's costume in Batman vs Superman. Yeah, I just walked into Hot Topic and they had their table that had like, oh, fucking 20% off these shirts. And I saw it and I went, that, right there, that, and I bought it. You can go on Hot Topic right now and order it. Or Amazon, just look for it. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I love that shirt. Yeah, I've been asked about that shirt many times, and I love that freaking shirt. But anyways, here we go here. Let's see, Nasser. Nasser. I mean, it's basically the same guys that always ask you questions, but I love it. You guys keep on asking questions. I don't care. He said, "Hey Dave, did you watch Legion? If not, do you have any expectations for that show?" I haven't watched it yet because I'm one of those that can't do a weekly thing. I have to just binge. So I always wait till the season is ending or has ended, and then I'll start binging. I am super looking forward to this. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I love the fact that, I mean, Fox Marvel is kicking ass right now. Who would have fucking thunk that after Fantastic Four? I mean, seriously. When Fantastic Four came out, I mean, Fox Marvel was just shit. I mean, they might as well. I mean, instead of watching one of their movies, it was like I'd rather watch Pixels. You know, maybe not that bad, but and now all of a sudden with Deadpool, Logan, and Legion, I mean, they are just kicking ass right now. And this is that shift I've been talking about. The MCU is not on top anymore, man. I think Fox Marvel currently is on top right now because they have changed the game a little bit with these serious characters. But the sad thing is the DCEU started that first with Man of Steel, which a lot of people, if you ask about Man of Steel nowadays, they like that movie, and I think more people are liking Batman vs Superman. So that's what that shift is happening, and you know, the MCU is going to be fine. And I've told people this; they'll be fine. They'll start realizing that people want to they want to have a darker, grittier characters. We got to take it to a different level, and then they'll start showing us that. But at the same time, they don't necessarily need to do that because, you know, a lot of people still enjoy those kind of movies, those fun movies. Because I still do. It's like, yeah, I can have my dark characters over here and the gritty characters over here and the foul-mouthed characters and everything. But I can go over here and be like, hey, let's just have a great little fun time over here. That's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Jared Ward asked, would you like to see Matt Reeves use Batman's inner monologue to make a more character-driven film? Yes! I absolutely would love that. I know some people don't like that, but I like that shit. It's very film noirish. I love that. I love inner monologue. And that is a comic book stamp right there. That's obviously in the comic books all the time. So why not put that in the movie? We haven't really seen that in a Batman film. So hopefully they actually do that because that is something different. That's distinctly different. And I think, thinking about it now, if you look at Affleck's movies, minus Argo, I don't remember if there's inner monologue with Argo. But I think with The Town, And Live by Night, he had some inner monologue. So I think they should. That would be badass because it would just bring that film noir-ish, that film noir element to Batman that he has. So I actually hope they really do that, dude. I really hope they do that. Sam Heiss says, you may have told us already, but what is your R-rated Batman pitch? Dave walks into Warner Brothers and the head office. Basically, I would just put the first issue of All-Star Batman right on the desk and be like, that. I mean, there's alternate covers, but I have it hanging up my wall because I'm weird like that. I hung up all the first issues of Rebirths I have. And the one I have for All-Star Batman is just him with his fists up, and there's blood on him and blood on his face. And I'm like, that. If you just read All-Star Batman, it's R-rated. It's Logan version of Batman, pretty much. And that's all I would say right there. I mean, just to have that grittiness. Don't hold back. Like, have blood on the gauntlets, okay? I mean, the Tim Burton Batman, it was pretty brutal. That's what a lot of people don't realize when they start talking about, Batfleck killed people. Oh, it's so brutal. It's like, what the fuck? Did you not watch the very first movie Batman? Keaton's Batman was brutal in that first one. I'm not talking about Batman Returns. It got a little too Tim Burton-y, cartoony in Batman Returns. But in the first Batman, he was fucking brutal. Yeah, especially the bell tower shit, man. At the end, he was fucking those guys up, and he was just killing them. But yeah, nobody wants to talk about that. Duba Fisherman says, say something about the Flash movie. Can't wait for it. Is that good enough? Who knows what's going on with that? They still haven't hired a writer, and they're talking about like they need another movie to come out next year. Flash was supposed to be there. Let's get that. I just don't understand what's the deal here, because if Snyder has already setting the foundation for these new characters, like he's setting the foundation for Aquaman, which by the way is not delayed. And I know a lot of sites are doing that, and apparently, hiccup, sorry. And a lot of people, like, the movie talk people are saying, like, oh yeah, they delayed it. They're probably going to rewrite the script and shit. And I'm like, God damn it. Do you guys not know? You don't know movies. You guys just don't know. You guys host a movie fucking show, and you guys just don't know movies or logic. I'm like, okay, they pushed it from, like, July to October. Okay, that's fine. And then they're like, oh, wait a minute. Avatar just exited the December 21st date, which is a very huge, significant date. The week before Christmas is a big date for movies. That's why Disney and Lucasfilms were putting their Star Wars right there. But they don't have Han Solo coming out. They have Han Solo coming out earlier, like in May or something instead. So that date was occupied by Avatar. But as soon as James Cameron said, nope, guess what? Warner Brothers was like, hey, let's put it right there instead. There's not going to be any delay in the script. There already is a script. James Wan is scouting locations. They've already done a table read. Everything is set in motion. There is nothing going on with the Aquaman film. I wish these guys would shut the fuck up already. Just because they moved the date. But yeah, you put that little delayed, it just puts a negative connotation on it. And that's what I fucking hate. It's so dumb. But with the Flash movie, it's like, shit. What's going on with that? I mean, you got Snyder is setting the foundation. Just like he did with Batman vs. Superman with Wonder Woman. He kind of set her foundation a little bit. And it's like, here, you take that. It's like, God. I just don't understand it. They need somebody. With the Flash, they just need. I don't know what they need. I mean, that Rick Fouye, I can't even say his last name. It seemed like he was going to be an okay choice, but, he didn't, I don't know. I still haven't seen Dope, which I need to watch it because I heard it's good. And they had that Seth Graham guy that was initially the first guy. He blocked me on Twitter because I showed how much of an idiot he was. Because there was a whole stink about Ghostbusters not really being a franchise because of 2 movies. I'm like, jackass. a franchise doesn't mean multiple movies. It means the product, the name goes into multiple medias, okay? And that's exactly what the definition said. I'm like, yeah, there's Ghostbusters cartoons, books, comic books, toys, cartoon. I mean, Jesus Christ. They're everywhere. It doesn't need to just be movies. A franchise is just that. It's like multiple medias. It's outlets, so it's not just movies. And he blocked me. It's like, aw, you got proof. Yeah, you were stupid, so, whatever. You're not directing the Flash movie now, jackass. Ooh, that last one was good. Strong. Salvador, New York. What did you think about Iron Fist? What could have been done to make the show better? Well, I already talked about that. I'm enjoying it. I'm only 7 episodes in. What could make it better is they need to just tone down for season 2, because I still think there's going to be a season 2. For season 2, they need to tone down the corporate shit, I think, and they need to up the fighting, the martial arts in it. They really do. They need to up that a lot better, because if Daredevil has better fight scenes, there's something wrong. And I don't mean anything on Daredevil. I'm just saying Daredevil, yeah, he trained, but he didn't train with fucking monks like up in the mountains, okay? And he doesn't have like superhuman abilities. So they need to up the level of the kung fu in Iron Fist. They definitely need to do that for season 2 and cut down the corporate shit, because there's a lot of corporate shit that is happening in Iron Fist, which I think that's another thing why people are not enjoying it. And I know like a good majority too is the whole whitewashing bullshit that is not whitewashing, because Iron Fist has always been a white guy. You don't just change it because people are going to get upset. The people that are upset don't even know who the fuck Iron Fist is, never read an Iron Fist comic book. I mean, I'm not even I knew who he was, but I never like delved deep into Iron Fist. But I was like, oh yeah, he's this, and this. I mean, he's very similar to, Green Arrow, Batman. He's very similar to those guys. But there's a different spin on it, And I love when people were making fun of that too. Oh fuck, this is the poor man's Green Arrow. Like, shut up. Okay, every superhero you could draw parallels to. I hate it when people just compare so much, just so blatantly, it's like this. I'm like, yes, all these superheroes have a similar origin. Somebody has to die or something like that. It's just the way it is, but you just tweak it differently. And what I like about Iron Fist is just the innocence that he has. And the fact that when he goes into a fight, he knows what he's doing, and he's just like, he's so smooth while he's fighting. I just think they need to up the fighting a little bit better, because if he can like leap up and do some crazy like jumps and stuff like that, they need to really display that. They really need to display more of that superhuman ability. And maybe that's what they've always planned to do. Maybe the first season is a slow boil. They were just really trying to show you Danny Rand trying to get back to civilization and try to get his father's company back. And he's seeing some weird shit happening. And not to mention, it's going to set up the Defenders, because Daredevil already kind of set up the hand a little bit, but then we see even more with Iron Fist, and then I think it's going to be pivotal for the Defenders. So there's a whole plan here, and just because fuckers aren't really liking it, and maybe like these critics wanted something more like the MCU, I don't know, then that's why they're shitting on it. I don't know. It's interesting, guys. I don't know. It's a lot of shit. Was there anything else? No, about the shirt, about this, about that. Oh yeah, the Batman on Film guy. He was all like, "Hey, we're here. We don't see any Justice League posters." I posted on my. I've actually I've had a little bit of a thing with that guy. He called me out on his website because of information that he posted last year, and I kind of went, "Wait, I don't even remember what it was fully about." I'm like totally at a loss, but I kind of called him out, and I was like, well, wait a minute. I was looking at it like this. I was on your side, but I didn't like the way that it was being thrown out there. And then he ended up like retracting and removed my name from his little post that he had. It's weird. It's almost weird when you see like guys that are like it's in their website's name, Batman, but they love to post all the negative shit and not even put any optimism in it. And I'm just going like, are you actually a Batman fan, or are you just doing this for clicks? Please let me know, because it doesn't sound like it when you're putting headlines out like this. Like you're spinning it so negatively, and you're supposed to be like a diehard Batman fan. Come on, it's not sounding like it. So clean up your fucking act. Come on. All right, that's my cue. I've already talked enough. Appreciate you guys listening. Feel free to, if you guys ask questions underneath the YouTube part, and I'm still trying to work out, the whole SoundCloud thing didn't really work out like I wanted it to, but, I'm just saying, like, if you guys ask questions underneath that, I probably won't see them. I probably should check those, and I will, so you guys can still ask questions right there, but feel free to just hit me up on Twitter. It's a lot better with the Film Junket Podcast hashtag. It's just a lot better. To me, it's a lot better. I don't know. It's just easier, because I'm lazy. That's just the way I am. So, yeah, man. I appreciate you guys listening to this episode of the podcast. I'm going to go ahead and just close this out and go to sleep, because it's Monday. Yay. All right, guys. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys listening. You guys are awesome. Feel free to ask any questions and whatever. Hit me up. Do whatever. And, I'll talk to you guys later. Later.